What's going on, everybody? This is the blockchain backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we are just about at the final 48-hour countdown until the non-fungible tokens V1_1 amendment goes live on the XRP ledger, XLS20, bringing NFTs to the XRP ledger. I have spent the last week hanging out with a lot of the communities that you guys mentioned here in the comments section when I asked what are the most highly anticipated NFTs coming to XRP on October 31st. And today we're going to crank through the final list of the most anticipated ones that we'll see on Monday. It's a big moment for the XRP community to have this functionality happen on our network. I think the first path to being able to understand any of it is at least have some education about what's coming out on that date. Earlier this week, we covered Spectre, the Bored Apes XRP Club, X-Toads, and X-Zombie. And today we're going to go through the last ones in my list of the most anticipated NFTs coming out on the XRP ledger. Now, none of these have really been in order. When I asked, I got like 50 of them in there. But I've taken like the top 10, the most frequent ones, and also taken some suggestions from others to look into things to see what's the top. And near the top of the list came the XRP Punks. Now, if you don't know this, the XRP Punks are recipients of Ripple's Creator Fund. And even over here on Ripple's website, as they're explaining the potential of NFTs, they use the XRP Punks in their description. So this is considered pretty much one of the blue chips of the XRP ledger. We're going to dive into it. We'll dive into a couple more. And the point of this is really just to educate all of us on what's available out there. Like I've mentioned in each of my videos, I'm not sponsored, compensated, incentivized. I've not been gifted anything from any of these NFT communities, any companies, any platforms, any promoters, anything. I'm non-incentivized from any of these people, to mention any wallets, platforms, NFTs, anything like that. But I will say, I do own one of each of these IOUs to be able to mint my own NFT, and I did purchase that with my own money. So I'm not a whale of any of these. I own the minimum amount to participate in the ecosystem. I also like to say, I don't know how these are going to go. It's a Wild West arena out there. I don't know who's going to follow through with their promises, who's not going to follow through with their promises, who's going to have a great ecosystem, who's not. That's up for you to do your own research on and decide for yourself. I do not have the capability of doing that. Do your own research. All right. First of all, XRP Punks, pretty much the blue chip, the most anticipated, and the highest priced NFT to be released on the XRP ledger. As mentioned earlier, a recipient of Ripple's Creator Fund. You may recall that XRP Punks, X-Punks were at South by Southwest with Ripple. They had their own booth where users could create their own X-Punk to take home with them. Kai, the original creator of X-Punks, also spoke at Apex, the XRPL Developer Summit, where he educated everybody on X-Punks. You can see Kai, the founder, here with David Schwartz, the X-Punk art gallery at Consensus, along with the X-Punks cookies that were served at Consensus. David Schwartz enjoying his custom-made XRPL Punks coffee mug. The XRPL Punks are partnered with a company called Semtrex, which is a publicly traded company and listed over here on the NASDAQ. Semtrex is a tech and software company helping the XRPL Punks design and build the ecosystem for their NFT use. But one of the most interesting things about the XRPL Punks is how much support they've gotten from Ripple, with Ripple really utilizing the XRPL Punks as an example for the rest of the community to follow. They had to go through a significant background check with Ripple in order to get the approval, and they even teach master classes to new employees at Ripple about NFTs and how to mint them on XRP, which is where the XRPL Punks will be minted at. I've mentioned this is where I will be minting my NFTs. This is also where the XRPL Punks will be minted at. Over here within trade, you can actually select in here and go to X-Punks to see the price of X-Punk currently. Right now, one X-Punk token is 4,000 XRP. However, it does only take 1/2 of an X-Punk token in order to mint an X-Punk NFT. Still, 2,000 XRP in order to get one X-Punk. So why the hefty price tag? Well, they were one of the very first IOUs on the XRP ledger. Like mentioned earlier, kind of the flagship for other NFTs to follow suit doing. But okay, we get it. They look like the crypto punks, but they kind of have the XRP twist to them, right? With all of them having mouths in the shape of the X for XRP. They get invited to the Ripple house. Ripple's tweeting about them. They've got their whole setup going on over there where they can make all of their own NFTs, and they've got a big fat line over there of people wanting to be able to do it. They met with John Deaton, gave out tattoos at the Apex Developer Summit, were in the social feed of NBA 2K23, and had their billboard over there on the NASDAQ building. But the details come down into here when we start seeing what happens here when it comes to begin development of Eden, a secret project with Ripple and Semtrex, and the reasoning why they actually got awarded the creator fund from Ripple in the first place has everything to do with Eden, which has still not been fully disclosed. However, starting this week, we should anticipate to see more details emerging from what this is up to, and hopefully getting a better understanding of what Ripple liked so much about what X-Punks and Semtrex are up to in regards to Eden, and how these NFTs will be utilized within their game and ecosystem. If there's one thing I've learned about XRP communities when it comes to XRP NFT communities during this entire process is how important community is. With each of these individual NFT communities, the X-Punk community is very strong, very passionate. Also one of the original communities. Add along the fact that they go to all of these events. They're well known throughout the entire XRP community. And the fact that they're partnered with Ripple, I think it kind of explains why they've got such a high price over here for each X-Punk token. But I do own a half of an X-Punk token, and I did buy that myself. Definitely the most expensive one that I bought. But if you asked me, do I understand why it's the most expensive one? I think so. These guys show up to all the events. These guys have strong marketing. These guys have ties with Ripple, and they're getting funded by Ripple with a NASDAQ company as their partner. So whatever that means for price moving forward, I have no clue, but I will be minting along with these guys over here at onxrp.com. If you don't know, the creators of X-Punks, who are partnered with Ripple, are also the creators of onxrp.com. You actually do get monthly rewards deposited into your Zum wallet for holding X-Punks, and that is the OXP token, which is also tradable over here at onxrp.com. Every month, you get these deposited into your Zum wallet. So X-Punks, recipients of the creator funds with Ripple, also the creators of onxrp.com. It's where they're launching over here on Monday, October 31st, Halloween, with the implementation of XLS 20. But everything seems to tie into Eden, this big game that they apparently have coming out. And the last thing I'll say about X-Punks before we move on is that they will be having a free mint for those that redeem their tokens in the first 2 weeks to mint an X-Punk. So if you mint your X-Punk within the first 2 weeks, you will actually get dropped a Unix Punk, or limited time, limited supply NFT. And their royalty fee is 7%. I mentioned that in past videos. For the royalties on each of these, if you do sell them, that's the amount that is contributed back to the creator. Otherwise, good luck to them. Seems to be one of the big ones. Next up, one of the top mentioned was Club XRPL. The token is available over here at onxrp.com. Right there, Club. Like I mentioned in past videos, we're in this phase right now where it's like this IOU phase. So where it's still like buying a token in order to have like a whitelisted right to be able to mint on mint date. Once we get past mint date, it's going to be pretty normal what we're used to. Checking it out, like over here on OpenSea, seeing what's available for sale, seeing prices, and just picking out what you want. But as we lead up to mint date, this is the process that we're going through before we get there. And so just like on X-Punks, where you buy half of an X-Punk in order to be able to mint an X-Punk, over here, you buy one club token, so one whole club token. The current price right now, as I'm recording, is 99 XRP, so that could change. We could see it's been as high over here as just shy of 400, but currently sitting at 100 right now. And you actually get a couple of different things by utilizing the club token to mint your NFT. Just like the XRPL Punks, Club XRPL will be minting over here at onxrp. And I had a nice opportunity to hang out with these guys in their Discord. The thing that was kind of cool about this experience is a lot of time I'm sitting there chatting, but I got to hop into a room and voice chat with them. So we actually just talked it all out. you get a really good explanation of what's going on here. And so if you're on their website, clubxrpl.com, up here it says Genesis NFTs. You got the bearable bulls on mint date over there at onxrp.com. You exchange your club token for a bearable bull. In addition, by getting a bearable bull, it'll unlock additional perks for additional collections with utility in the future. These will be launched on day 1, is what they're anticipating, so October 31st on Monday. And then in the coming weeks, you'll also be able to mint a Rich Ducks. So you kind of get 2 for 1 here. And I got this infographic to make it as easy as possible for me. 1, buy the club token voucher. 2, club token is used to mint the Bearable Bull NFT on XLS20 at OnXRP. By minting the Bearable Bull NFT, it'll allow you to mint a free Rich Duck NFT, and the Rich Duck free mint will be a limited time. You just mint your bull within 30 days of launch to be eligible to get the Rich Duck. At this time, the Bearable Bulls are more of kind of like an artwork-themed NFT collection. However, they do anticipate to add additional utility in the future. I spoke with them. They sounded very knowledgeable. I do recommend you go check out their Discord and find out for yourself. But they all seemed pretty pumped and excited. And the way Club XRP was explained to me, right? So here we are, we're looking at things like the X Punks, and then we're going to the X Punks website. We're talking about Club XRP, but then we're talking about the Bearable Bulls, and we're talking about ducks. And yet, when I posted this question, what are the most highly anticipated NFTs coming to XRP on October 31st? A bunch of people wrote in there, Club XRP. And I'm like, well, I get it. There's like the club token, but we're talking about Bearable Bulls. We're talking about Rich Ducks, Club X Base. What is Club XRP? And so the way it was described to me is that you can even notice up here, Wallet Connect, right? Is that Club XRP is like a brand that creates art collectibles, also serving as a launch pad to help creators launch their NFTs as well. Their current primary NFT that they're launching right now is the Bearable Bulls, but the Bearable Bulls, by minting one with the club token, also gives you rights to mint a Rich Duck. Like I mentioned, seems to be more focused about the artwork right now, but there seems to be a lot of people pumped up about it, and it expects to launch on day 1. You can check them out over here on Twitter at ClubXRPL. You can check out their Discord too and go chat with them yourself. Feel it out. I asked them what they thought their royalty would be. Currently, right now, they think it's going to be 5.89%. I do own 1 club token. I plan on minting on mint date. I look forward to it. Best of luck, guys. Next up, the XRP Junkies. Over here on Twitter at XRP Junkies. They just released an updated white paper. I will say it is one of the longest white papers that I've seen. It's pretty impressive, actually. They're talking about the game that they're planning on putting out here. I will say, like with a lot of these things, we see a lot of them saying that there's going to be games, that there's going to be a metaverse. This is probably one of the most elaborate ones that I have seen, but pretty elaborate plans in here. It seems like a whole lot. Seems pretty cool. They do have a demo of their game out here at the shooting range. Their community is quite active over there on Discord, which is something that I do look for. But this is another one that was highly recommended in the comment section of my tweet. Their token is available over here at OnXRP and over here on Sologenic, which their ticker is Junk. Current price sitting at 340 XRP per token. They're also a partner with OnXRP. And as we know, OnXRP is the same people as XRPL Punks. So there seems to be a relationship there between them as well. According to their Discord, the royalty will be somewhere between 7 and 8%. Good luck to them. I do own 1 junk token to be able to mint my own. Thanks for welcoming me into your community and giving me this information. One of the ones that people are excited about. They will be minting at OnXRP on November 1st. The next 2 we'll get through a little bit faster. The XRPL 3D Apes was in there as well as one of the recommended ones to check out. I have seen these guys out there before because I do remember them making a David Schwartz 3D ape. I remember he had set it to his profile picture for several days. The community was very welcoming to me to provide me with information. They're very friendly. They as well are kind of going with the model of a game, but it looks like the mint date on this is actually not going to be until around December. So maybe it's something we can kind of revisit as that time gets closer. More kind of paying attention to the stuff that's going to be coming out this week, but this one was definitely recommended. I bought myself one over here at OnXRP. Current price is 280 XRP per 3D ape, but it looks like several details are still having to be worked out. before they're able to at least go through the minting process. I did ask about the game. It sounds like there's still no real date yet set for a game to be released, but for the minting, they're hoping to mint in December. But it sounds like there's still some details that have to be worked out over there. Maybe we can revisit it as it gets closer. But this was one of the ones that was recommended in my tweet. Checked it out. I'm partaking in the fun. Do your own research. Another one that respondents recommended in that tweet to me was the XRP Club. I chatted in their Discord, checked out their website. I watched a couple interviews. I listened to spaces. It sounds like they too are also not quite ready for launch date and didn't really have a date picked out on when they would be available as well. So probably going to have to be something we revisit another time, but it looks like they're just not quite ready. So we'll check them out again another time. Fortunately, I wasn't able to go to every community for every single thing that was posted in there on what people are excited about. But I will give some honorable mentions, even though I didn't get a chance to check out these communities or go deep into them. This is what the community is excited about, at least the responses in my tweets, is that they're also excited about X Shrooms, which is over here on Twitter at X Shrooms NFT. They're excited for NFT Labs, which is at NFT Labs _. Also the X Walkers, which is at XRP Walkers. And one that I wish I had gotten enough time to get into, which would be X Stick. Not a lot of responses in the comment section for X Stick, but when I was talking to a lot of different people, this name kept coming up, X Stick. I couldn't have done all of this on myself. I did speak with other people who are very in the know in the NFT world to help point me in the right directions if I had questions. XRP Jenna over here was very helpful in giving me information that I was needing. I don't even know if King Solomon remembers, but a few weeks ago I had asked him for his help too on something, on telling me what he knows about it. And he gave me a very short list, but I appreciated that because he was kind of picky. So those were included in these videos that I have put out. So that's the list of what we've got there. So, the ones that we're really kind of deep dived into there would be the XRPL Punks, would have been Club XRPL, and then XRP Junkies. And then the honorable mentions would have been, XRP 3D Apes, X Bots, NFT Labs, X Sticks, and X Walkers. But, do your own research on those. Like I've said, a lot of these things promise games, right? They promise metaverses. They promise a lot of things. It's hard to know who's going to follow through with what they're talking about, who's not going to follow through, or who's going to follow through poorly. It's really just, I have no way to be able to determine that. So it is up to you to figure out whether or not any of these things are legit or not legit. That's personal discretion, And it's, that weird time that we're trying to get through right now until NFTs launch. We're dealing with all this token stuff, right? In 2 days, we're not going to be talking about these tokens anymore. That's going to be a thing of the past, but we're not going to be doing that. But it's as we're leading up to this moment, we get to this final clock ticking down. There's going to be on mint day and the kind of the days after that, a lot of this exchanging of tokens for NFTs happening here as we get through this initial moment, because there was so much lead up to NFTs launching on the XRP ledger that it was never really set in time of when that was actually going to happen. So most of these NFTs have done these, whitelist IOUs all year long. And so now finally, all these IOUs are going to get exchanged for the actual NFTs, and we're going to see the NFTs now. And then once we get beyond Monday, should be a whole lot less talking about IOU tokens and more of like we're clicking on the actual marketplaces over here, the NFT marketplaces on XRP, and exploring the NFTs over here on Sologenic after all these collections actually become minted and we're not dealing with so many tokens anymore. But as we're leading up to this moment, this is how it's all going down. These are the highly anticipated ones. And come Monday, it'll be the big day for a lot of them and a lot of their communities. So it's an exciting time. It was actually a tremendous amount of work to speak with all of these communities, gather all this information, and record all these videos. I'm releasing this video practically at nighttime on a Saturday. I started at 6 o'clock in the morning doing this. and I could just judge it by like my last NFT videos about the XRP ledger. The video's not going to do well. It just doesn't get as much viewership, and releasing it at a Saturday night is legitimately the worst time that you can release a video. But it's whatever, man. The clock is ticking. We're down to 48 hours. It's time to get the information out there as time starts to run out. So, all right, guys, we're there. We're almost at NFTs on the XRP ledger. 2 days to go. We'll see how it goes. All right. That's it. That's going to wrap it up for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you could be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.